Have you been thinking about buying a home, but you're concerned about rates, you're concerned about finding the right fit as far as a program is concerned? Well, you don't want to miss this video, because today I'm here talking to Kip Dixon, who works for Cadence Bank, and we're going to talk about all things concerning first-time homebuyer programs. They've got some amazing programs that are helping people get into housing right now. So Kip, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you having me and taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to me about loan programs today. So Kip, do you want to maybe give us an introduction in terms of Cadence for those that may have not heard about your bank before? And then also tell us about your role with Cadence, because you are the AVP of Community Development. So kind of explain, what do you do for the bank?
Well, I am blessed to be in this role as a community development leader for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Cadence Bank has been here a while. Our home is out of Tupelo, Mississippi.
Okay.
And then Houston, Texas, we have a large presence there as well. So we ended up merging, per se.
Okay.
And we took on the Cadence Bank name because it's more broad. And I'm glad because it allows us to step into neighborhoods to where we see there's a need. And that's where I come in. With my role, I'm able to help clients who are first-time home buyers, or if they want to build a home, as a one-time construction. So my role is pretty broad, but my meat and potatoes is I would love to go in and help those that are first-time home buyers that need help. We're going through the process, just starting out and getting them to the finish line.
Yes.
It's pretty specific of what we have to do. And we're kind of different because, you hear mortgage loan officers, but it's mortgage loan officer with more emphasis on being in the community. And so I have an opportunity to go to within the community to do special programs to teach financial literacy, to teach first-time home buyer courses. So it's a little broad.
I love that. So I know a lot of times when you're just starting out and you're thinking about purchasing a home, the first step most people think about is just finding someone that can connect them with the loan officer, where they can go online, fill out an application. But it's much more, complicated than that. It's a process that you have to go through, and there's some ducks that you have to have in a row in order to qualify for buying a house. So it sounds like you're helping people get their credit in line and helping people understand what the requirements are for down payment, or even educating them about different grant programs that might exist out there to help them get into a home for little to nothing down.
Correct.
So it sounds like you're not just your middle of the run loan officer that's just going to take the app and treat someone like a number. Correct. But you're actually, taking the time to educate them and help them prepare for the journey ahead as they think about homeownership.
Correct. And that's the beauty of what we do. I have a chance to develop these relationships. A lot of my clients are 6 months to a year out.
Okay.
And so they may have some issues with their credit that they need assistance with. So we have someone in-house that can help them do that we pay for. That's another benefit of my role. I can identify folks that need the help and refer them to someone internally that can help them, again, at no cost. And so, again, give them that kind of VIP service.
Yes.
Because a lot of my clients in that kind of arena, they don't feel like they are important enough to have such white glove experience. And so I step in and I say, no, you're someone, we're gonna help you, but I need you to do your part, but we're gonna be right here with you along the way.
Right.
And so a lot of my clients are lifelong friends. That's been a blessing. I get invited to weddings. I get invited to anniversaries. It's just really remarkable.
Right. It's very different, even from a real estate agent standpoint, to hear a bank building relationship, not just with people, but going into the community and building relationships. What feels different to me is you guys truly go above and beyond to try to help people. Not just, it goes beyond buying a house, cool. But it's helping them get set up for the future.
Yes.
As it pertains to, their overall financial picture.
Yes.
So.
As you know, this is going to probably be their most expensive purchase of their lifetime. And what we do is like to set them up for success, not just for today, but for tomorrow, because things happen, life happens. And we had a client who just young family, and they built a new home. This person is a coach.
Okay.
And so he came in one day and you could tell he was just very flustered. When I spoke to him, I said, let's come back and let's sit down and let's just tell me what's going on. And what happened was his taxes were more expensive than what he had budgeted. And so I explained to him, I asked him, talked to him through the process. And what happened was his taxes, when they closed on the house, it was on raw land.
Right.
And not the actual extent of what the taxes would be. So he signed the paperwork, and he didn't, again, when you're looking at something shiny and new, right, a lot of people don't pay attention to but he signed it, and I showed him, I said, this is what that note was about. By the end of the moment when we were having our conversation, I called our back office, and they got on the phone. And when we were having the conversation, the lady said, do you mind if we just say a prayer? And because she could sense he had a new baby at home.
Yes.
And he was like, I'm doing all this by myself, and he's trying to coach. And she said, we're gonna look out for you. But she gave him some earmarks. I need you to do this by this date. Long story short, he was able to stay in his home, fix everything, worked out a plan, and he's doing a great job coaching.
Home today, right? Wow. There's no other bank that I can say that, number one, you stop to care for him spiritually. You stopped to take the time to pray for him, but then you helped him out of his situation. You've got a success story to share with other people just because of who you guys are as a company. That it just seems like the culture is so different.
It is. And I think you will notice that across the board. This is a bank that cares. I know a lot of people do the advertising, the media blitzes and things of that nature, but people will be surprised at how big we are, because when they come, they think that we're still a small town bank, which is a wonderful thing.
Right.
Because we want that. But at the same token, we want them to feel like they are more than a number.
Yes, for sure. Every conversation that we have, I can definitely tell that the pulse of the bank is for the people and helping the people get into housing. It's just a total different experience. Now, you guys have a proprietary program specific to Cadence Bank, the Right at Home program. Can you talk to us about that and what that program entails?
Right. Oh, I get to speak about my favorite program. This is just one of the best programs, and one of the reasons why I was looking to make a move. The management, they spoke of this program, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And so just to be a part of it and just see how it's grown, it's just been remarkable. This is a program that we created to help a lot of our first-time home buyers, or those that hadn't been on a deed in the last 3 years. Some people may have gone through life changes. And so this program has allowed us to do 0 down payment and no primary mortgage insurance, no PMI. And so what happens is you literally can do 0%, and people don't believe it. A lot of my realtors like Kip, they're not gonna believe this. So you have to send a flyer with it. And so I have to send the flyer so they can attach it with the offer. Because when people think of 0% down payment, they think of like a VA loan,
right,
or USDA loan.
Yes.
And so, but this has really changed the game and opening doors for many borrowers who probably would have to keep saving and saving and saving. The beauty of this is that we have a brother to this program called Emerging Communities.
Okay.
And so that is for if your area median income, it goes up to 200% area median income, and it's for majority minority census tracts.
Okay.
And so, but you do a consultation with me, I can look and see how that may work for you as a buyer. And so, but I've closed a lot of those in helping, because again, life happens, and a lot of clients think they have to save 20% to purchase a home. I mean, that's what we've always been raised and taught.
Right.
And so, but with these types of programs, Right at Home and the Right at Home Emerging Communities, it's opening doors for those who may have felt left out.
Right. That's amazing. I know a lot of times some clients will come to me and they'll ask me, what options do I have if I don't have a huge amount saved. And sometimes these clients, they make, $150,000, $200,000, but they haven't been taught the importance of saving.
Yes.
And so they're looking for opportunity to purchase a home, but they just don't have the money to put down. Would somebody like that has pretty decent credit scores qualify for one of the programs that you just mentioned?
Yes, we require them to have at least a 640 credit score for that program. One of the things we are going to look at is how well they maintain their spending habits.
Okay.
And I say that because a lot of clients, you got to change. and that's hard for some folks, but talking to them and working with me, I can teach them, okay, let's go on a budget.
Okay.
This is where I need you to be at this date. And those that stick with us and they get into the habit of saving. They get get into a habit of making sure that, okay, I have some money left over at the end of each month.
Right.
And that gives them a win. And when we can give them a win, they feel like they can do anything, which they can.
Right.
And so it's just nice to be able to work with clients and get them there and then get them into a home and they're like, wait a minute, that's it? We're already at the closing table. I'm like, just sitting there smiling. Yes, we are. So
Yes. And set up for success.
Yes.
Because to your point, it's like working out, right? You can't go to the gym one time and expect to be beach ready, right? It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
And so preparing for home ownership, that might be one step down the path towards success, but it's not the end of the road.
Correct.
After you buy that. You have to continue those type of habits so that you can continue to grow.
Right.
So you guys are investing in your customers in that way, which is really cool. Now going back, I want to make mention of something that you said, because you said for those programs that we're talking about to help people get into housing, they have to have a 640 credit score.
Correct.
But you also said in the beginning of our interview that you're helping people with their credit.
Correct.
So for someone that might have a 580 or a 560 because life happened to them, not because they're bad people.
No, not at all.
They had a life circumstance that happened, and now they're trying to overcome and they're trying to pick back up and grow. Would that be something that you would help them to accomplish if they were interested in wanting to do one of those programs you mentioned?
Yes, we have Operation Hope, which was founded by John Bryant.
Okay.
And they are in our branches, and we have someone here that's solely for the DFW market. I like to say we keep her busy.
Okay.
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
Because I want people to take advantage of such, because it's a lifestyle change. And then, she's also a coach, and she can help them on their journey, coincide with what I'm doing with them. And so we work together to help the client get to where they need to be. So she is a licensed HUD counselor, along with she has so many certifications.
Okay.
And so she can look at where they're at and coach them how to get to where they need to be.
Okay.
And it depends on each person. Sometimes it could be 2 months, sometimes it could be 6 months to a year. It's going to depend on the situation.
Right.
But the goal is, and the key is for the borrowers to understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And just like the analogy of just going to the gym one time, thinking, okay, I'm ready to go to the beach.
Yes.
No, it's a process.
It's a process.
And so, and I think that's what a lot of clients say. We have to get them to stay in the program.
Okay.
It's no cost to them. And again, no cost to them.
Okay.
The only cost to them is their time and their energy to get to where they want to be.
Right.
And a lot of clients have never had someone to walk them through their financial, literacy, their financial journey. And so this allows us to do that and work with them.
Right.
And what I've had a lot of clients, they think that, okay, I attended my first class, I'm ready. No. And, again, it's that Pop-Tart type mentality where, you put it in and then it's done and I'm ready to go. And so, we have to tell them it's a process.
Right.
And just stick with it. We'll get there, but there are steps.
Step by step.
And some baby steps, then we'll get you to crawling, before you're walking, and then you're running.
Right.
And when I say running, I mean running to get your keys and get into your new home.
Yes.
It's work. It's nothing is given. So you have to work.
You have to work for it. So I'll share a story with you. When I first started my pursuit in real estate, not as an agent, but just as a consumer, I walked into an open house not knowing what to expect. I just wanted to see, what the home looked like, and I was curious. I wanted to start making steps myself towards home ownership. Met a realtor, signed an open house book, put my number and my email down, got a phone call the next day. They wanted to introduce me to a loan officer. I filled out an application. The loan officer looked at my profile and said no. And I was disheartened. And I thought no meant no, but I didn't have anybody to help coach me to get me further down the path of where I wanted to be, which is to own a home. So when I learned, started pursuing getting my license as a realtor, I realized not all loan officers are created equal. No. And if I just had somebody to hold my hand and show me the way, I would have been a lot further down that path as a homeowner and ultimately as an investor if someone had just educated me. So one of the reasons why I wanted to meet with you guys is because you guys are doing something different than most people are doing in today's world, which is taking time to help people. You're not just helping them from the starting point of buying a home and getting into the home and getting the keys, but you're really teaching them how to fish. And that's what the difference is about you guys at Cadence.
And I'm sorry that happened. I literally have worked with folks in the past who have said that I'm gonna fish in this pond. Kip, if you want these falls, I will send them to you. And I was gobbling them up. I'm like, please send them to me. Because knowing that there's been clients who have been told no.
Right.
Don't just say no, say why.
That's right.
And let's get you to yes. It may not be yes right now, but it could be yes someday. And it goes back to, it's a process.
Right.
And so literally had a client this morning who's using Section 8, which is a wonderful program, and was asking me certain type of questions about, be honest with me, what do I need to do? And I said, well, we need more income. I can use a voucher, but I need more income to mitigate your debt to income because there's some debts. And so I walked through that with her, and she was like, you're the only one that's really listening to me. Because she had went to other lenders and they said, nope. No,
it's just a no.
It's just a hard no. And so again, like I told her, maybe not right now, but we'll get there, but I need you to work more hours. I need you to show me A, B, and C, that you're able to save. Great credit. So it's not a credit issue. It's just it's literally an income issue and saving. So we're working through that, and I'm coaching her through it. I'm thankful that I'm able to do that here at Cadence Bank because in my role, that's what we're supposed to do. And folks laugh at me when I speak about this on our calls. I said, but it's like a ministry. And you have to be pretty special to be able to be in this kind of role.
Right.
It's not for everyone.
Right.
And you have to be very patient and very attentive and listen. And so I'm just thankful to be where I'm at.
Oh, I love that. Yes. So I know for me, I tell people as a real estate agent in North Dallas, this is the job that I would do for free if I didn't have to earn an income.
Yes.
Because it's such a rewardness to be able to see someone that lacked in, financial opportunities or, they just had a hard time in life and they just need a hand, right? It's so rewarding, separate and apart from, at the end of the day, you earn a paycheck for what you do, but you love what you do and you see people be in a better position than where they started. And that for me, like if I didn't have that rewardness, then I'd be doing something different, trying to find it. So yeah, you and I share that in common for sure. Yes. We're sharing information, but we're sharing stories. And what we're really saying is that for people that need hope, because you had a life circumstance that happened and you're just looking to start over, you need a fresh start. Kip and I are here to partner together to help you take the next step towards your home ownership journey. I think what we're also saying is, if you are willing, you have to be willing to do your part. We're here. I sometimes tell my clients, help me help you.
Yes.
So if you're motivated to the point to where when we get together with you and we help you take that next step down your home ownership journey, if you're willing to do your part, we're going to work really hard to do our part, and we're going to see this through. It's not just a everyday experience for us where we're just going through the motions. We're out here changing people's lives, and we want to help you change yours. So Kip, I know, we've spent quite a bit of time today talking through the different programs that you guys offer. If someone's ready to take that next step from Cadence perspective, I know I'm going to be able to introduce them to you, but when we're looking at the education component that you guys have integrated into helping people, is it more so a group effort where people would plug into a group and get educated, or is it an individual one-on-one basis that you're helping people because it's personal? Like, how do you guys approach taking the next step?
So it will be an individual,
okay,
one-on-one basis. I will do an interview. I interview the client, and I just tell them, I'm gonna ask you for everything but your blood type.
Okay.
I'm very I'm very upfront and transparent.
Right.
Because the thing is, I want them to have that kind of relationship with me starting at the beginning. And so when things pop up, I've already spoken with them and they've already shared it with me. I can address it right then and there. Because my goal is to keep everything moving, whether if they need help with credit, if they need help with some financial guidance, if they need whatever they need, I want to keep the ball moving,
right,
and get them to closing. And so it's a lot of emphasis on the one-on-one.
I love that. I love that. Yes, because it's so personal. It's so personal. So guys, we talked a lot with Kip today about the different programs that Cadence offer. We didn't get into rates, but we've got strategy to help you. If you've got a particular situation concerning your credit score, maybe it's not quite where it needs to be. Kip has resources to help you with that. If you're lacking funds from a down payment, we talked about 0 down programs. There's low down payment, there's no down payment, and then you've got a savvy real estate agent to help with closing costs so we can kind of overcome. Let's start a conversation. If any of the information that we've shared with you today has piqued your interest and you're ready to get started on your journey, pick up the phone, give me a call today, click below and subscribe. We're here to help you. We want to help you get down that path and start your new beginning. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Kip, for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. And you're an amazing loan officer, but an incredible person. So I just really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.